Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. So today's video has actually been highly requested really because I had filmed a video a while back. I believe it was my last video actually that I posted, which was, what was that? It was like unboxings or whatever. And my makeup in the video, it wasn't even a video about makeup. Like I said, it was an unboxing, but everyone loved my makeup in that video. So I promised that I would recreate it and show you how I got that look. Some of the products that I used are different because I got new things, but the look looks essentially the same. And the most important part, which I think is the eyes, which was everybody was just gravitating towards the eyes. The eye is completely what was in the other video, what everybody was requesting. It's just more so my foundation and under eye concealer is different. It's brands that I've used before. I've just literally purchased the concealer and the foundation like a day or two ago. So I think my skin looks better and more closer to my skin tone. I finally found a match, so I'm really happy about that. But yeah, I just am so excited to finally bring this makeup look to you guys. It's been a while since I posted a makeup tutorial anyway, so it's been long overdue. But yeah, so if you want to see how I got this makeup look right here, then just keep watching.
All right, loves, let's get started. So first we're gonna do the brows. I'm just setting my brows with a little bit of brow gel. That is by e.l.f. And it is only $2. I get it from Target. Not much to say about it. It works well, does the trick. And then I'm going to fill in my brows with a pencil. The pencil that I am using is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, or ABH, which is what I'm gonna say the rest of this video because Anastasia Beverly Hills is a mouthful. But yeah, this ABH Brow Wiz pencil is in the shade dark brown, and I love it because it has such a fine point. It makes it very, very easy to just fill in my brows and make them look natural. And after that, I'm just going to put some concealer on. So this concealer is by Shape Tape, and it is in the shade light neutral. And what I like to do is place it underneath my brows. It just helps to clean them up and define the shape of my brows a little bit more. It cleans up that brow bone area. It's also a nice trick if maybe you're in between brows and you got little hairs growing in, you want to cover it up. I would definitely recommend doing this. But I also drag it all the way down over my lid because I like to use it as like an eyeshadow base. It just gives me that blank canvas that I need for my eyeshadows to really pop. All right, and after this is all blended out, I'm going to just put some tape along the sides of my eyes. This is gonna help my eyeshadow and my eyeliner stay really nice and neat, but we'll get to that later. But first, before that, I just wanted to fill in my brows a little bit more and make them a little bit darker. So what I used was ABH's Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Soft Brown, and that's helping me really carve out the shape of my brow even more and give it a little bit more definition for a more dramatic look. I usually do that, but on a day-to-day, I'll just keep it with the pencil. But I really, really love this product. It works very well as well, and it lasts literally all day. My brows do not move, especially because I keep putting layers of brow gel on it. All right, we are officially done with the brows. We're good. So now we can move on to the eyes. I am using the Kat Von D palette. This is the Saint and Sinners palette, and I'm using the shades Martyr and Devil. I mixed them. Devil's really, really orange, and I wanted to soften it up with a little bit of a brown, so I use Martyr that's right next to it. And I'm just blending that back and forth on my crease and bringing it down to my lid a little bit. But now I'm gonna go back to that concealer that I used under the brow bone, and I'm going to actually use that to carve out sort of my, we can call it a cut crease, I guess. We'll call this a burnt orange cut crease look. And I'm just using that, as you can see, to kind of carve out the shape of where I'm going to put my shimmery shadow. And that's gonna really help it pop and stand out even more. All right, now for my favorite part. Let's get into this Anastasia Beverly Hills, or ABH, Dream Glow Kit palette. Oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. The hollow packaging has me screaming on the inside. And look how shiny these shades are. So I'm gonna use Sunshine, and I'm using it as an eyeshadow, even though this is a highlighting palette, that's fine. We're gonna use it as our eyeshadow, and I'm putting it all over the area that I put the concealer just now. Now on camera, this isn't coming up very shimmery, which is frustrating, but it is so shiny. Like it's almost like a foil, and I love it, and it came out really, really nicely. On camera, I don't know if it's picking up fully, but it's beautiful. And another trick that you could use that I didn't do here is you could like spray your brush and dip it into the color that you're trying to use on your eyes, and that will definitely bring the shimmer out a little bit more, definitely make it more like a foiled eyeshadow look. But I really love this. And after that, I'm gonna go back in with those two shades that I used on my crease earlier, and I'm just going to bring that back out. I wanted to darken it a little bit and also blend out any of the concealer that might have smeared. I'm just cleaning it up, going around that shimmer, and once that's done, we can move on to eyeliner. All right, it is now time for eyeliner. So for my eyeliner, I'm using the Tarteist Eyeliner pen by Tarte. This is dual-ended, so one side is like a pencil, which I did use a little bit of off camera on my outer corner of my eye. But it's not a big deal if you use that or not. I just happened to do that. But the most important part is this winged eyeliner, and I'm using their marker end for that. So I'm usually not very good with marker eyeliners, so that's why I use the tape, because it definitely can become really easy to mess that up. But just in general, eyeliner, you know, you have your good days and your bad days, or if you're just starting out and you don't know how to do wing liner, use the tape. It'll keep it clean and make it very, very easy for you. And then, you know, practice makes perfect. You'll probably eventually be able to do it without the tape. I can do it without the tape, but I still like to use the tape just because it really comes out really nicely. Now I'm going to put on some lashes. These are by Ardell. They are so long, longest lashes I've ever used, but I love them. And they're very wearable, surprisingly, with the length that they have. So yes, the reveal, taking the tape off, as you can see, our wing is nice and sharp. And there's a little bit that we can clean up, so I'm just using a makeup wipe just to clean up a little bit underneath. And that wasn't even from the winged part, that was from the eyeliner pencil that I had used, but like I said, I did that off camera. And now I'm going to prime my face. So I'm priming my face with a primer by Cover FX. This is their mattifying primer. It also has acne treatment in it, so it's really nice. I really like it. That was a little sample size, but I love it. And now I can go ahead and put on my skin makeup. So we're done with the eyes for now. This concealer that I'm using under the eye is also by Tarte. It's the same one as Shape Tape, like the one that was below my brow, just a different shade. This is in the shade Medium, which I think was just a little bit more my skin tone. The other one is just too pale, but I like it for under the brow. So that's why I have those two different concealers. And now I am going to set my concealer. That is the most important thing. Please do not put on concealer and not set it. It is going to crease and slide off your face, okay? Set it. So I'm using my e.l.f. Sheer Setting Powder. I love this powder. It works very well. It's only $6. You can't beat it. And now I'm gonna go in with my foundation. This is the first time I've ever used this foundation, like ever, and especially on my channel. And I love it. So this is also by Tarte. This is their Shape Tape foundation, and this is in the shade like Medium Tan Honey. I'll talk more about Tarte and their shades later on in the video, so if you want to stick around at the end, I get kind of chatty and I talk about it. But for right now, I really like the shade, and it just matches my skin tone. I think you guys can see for yourself. And blending it in with a brush is just so much better than the Beauty Blender. So let me explain that. First, I like to take some sort of like dome tapered kind of brush, like the one that you see here, and I just like to blend out my foundation. I just find that it doesn't take away any product like the sponge does. I feel like the sponge absorbs too much and then I'm left with not enough coverage. So I blend it with the brush first and then I go in with the Beauty Blender sponge. Well, actually these sponges that I'm using are by Real Techniques. And I love this one. This one's huge. I think you guys saw the comparison just now where I showed the big one compared to the little one. I use the big one to blend out my face makeup. And then after that's all blended out and it's smooth into my liking, I dust off that powder that I was baking with and we can now contour. So right now I'm contouring. I go over the forehead, cheekbones, under the jawline, and a little bit on the nose. And I'm blending that out with a Real Techniques contour brush. I love this brush. It just really blends this product out really nicely. That contour stick is by Wet n Wild. That is in the shade Where's Walnut. And it's just one of their contour sticks. That's also pretty cheap. I think it's probably no more than like $5 or $6. I'm hydrating right now. This huge water bottle I got from TJ Maxx. I keep getting questions about it. Everybody loves that water bottle. But yeah, I just had to take a water break, but now I'm going back to blending it out. And for the nose, I'm actually going to use a tiny beauty blender to blend out my nose contour. And that actually came with the Tarte concealer that I bought actually. But it was perfect. The little flat end was perfect to blend out my nose contour. Really quickly, this was just a little hack that I wanted to share. I don't know if I've shared this before, I might have, but I like to use a little Q-tip and some saliva and take off some of the makeup that's covering up my beauty marks because the foundation makes them look gray and then it's more noticeable that I have on foundation. So I like to just get rid of that and bring them back out. And I'm proud of my beauty marks. I love them. I think it makes my face unique. So I like to bring them back out. And now I am spraying setting spray on my face. I'm using Kat Von D, their, what is it called? Lock-It setting spray. And just when my skin is almost dry, not quite dry, it's still a little bit dewy, I apply my highlighter and it just makes it come out a lot more shiny and just buttery. It just looks so much better when you do it that way. The highlighter that I'm using is by Wet n Wild. It's called Precious Petals, I believe. And now I'm going in with a little bit of bronzer. This bronzer is by Tarte. I use a lot of Tarte in this video. And I'm just going over the parts that I pretty much contoured. I'm just kind of setting that with the bronzer, and this bronzer shade is called Park Ave Princess. All right, so now I'm going to put on some mascara, but first I like to use an eyelash curler just to kind of pinch the false lashes and my real lashes together really quick. And then I'm just going to apply my mascara to the top and bottom lashes. That mascara is the one I use all the time by Pacifica. It's that Length and Strength mineral mascara that they have. And I'm just putting on a little lip balm. This one's by the Orange Owl. It's like their spearmint lip balm, my favorite lip balm ever, I swear. And now lipstick. So the lipstick I'm using is by ABH. It is my favorite nude right now, and it's in the shade Honey. Yeah, this is just a beautiful nude for my skin tone. I think it would look pretty nice on all skin tones really if you use the right kind of eyeliner and mix it up good. But I love it, and it's actually a matte lipstick, but I wanted gloss and shine for this look, so I used my Kopari lip glossy. I just squeezed a little on my finger and put it over it, and voila, it went from matte to glossy, and it smells so good. Oh, so good. But yeah, we're all done except for this hair. Okay, the hair is not, it's frizzy. We gotta come back.
All right, loves, well, there you have it. This is the final look. I really love this makeup look. I think it's really easy to attain as well. Like, I don't think that anything that I did was too difficult. I usually like to keep my makeup fairly simple. I like to keep the skin really natural, but the eyes fairly dramatic. And these huge lashes, I've never worn lashes this long before, but for whatever reason they work. Like they're really, really long, but I don't see them when I look around, which might have to do with me applying them properly, because if you apply them the wrong way, you might just, you know, mess up your eyes a little bit. But all right, so I do want to talk about the Tarte products that I use in this video, because there's been a lot of controversy with Tarte, and I guess with the shades, like their shade options. And I will say they have a lot of light shades, all these mediums and honeys and all these different versions of pretty much the same thing, but not enough darker shades. But the thing is that it's not just Tarte that has this issue. It's a lot of brands. Most brands have this issue. Unfortunately, you know, we still have a long way to go when it comes to that. But my biggest what I more so want to bring to you guys is just to show you the options that are out there as far as what is vegan and cruelty free. So hopefully, you know, we'll see an expansion of shades. Like brands like Fenty Beauty has a whole range of foundation shades, like 40 shades, and those are a little bit more inclusive. There's a little bit more shades that can fit everyone, and I appreciate things like that, but I don't think that it's vegan. So it's just, you know what I mean? It's just kind of hard to pick, you know what I mean? It's just up to you kind of to make the best decision for yourself. But for me, I just was in Ulta, and I think my two options was either to get this Tarte foundation or the Cover FX one. Those were the only two foundations that I could think of that were vegan, and I was being lazy. I didn't feel like searching too much, and I just decided to go ahead and go with the Tarte one, just because the Cover FX one was a little bit more expensive, and also it was harder for me to figure out a shade that would work for me. Whereas when I saw this shade, I was like, I feel like this is going to be my jam. So, and it is so perfect for my skin tone. So I'm really happy about that. But yes, they definitely need to open up these shade ranges. And that's just all brands in general. Just need to open up their shade ranges, because it is really pathetic. Just the lack of shades. It's just like, there's so many beautiful skin tones out there. I just don't understand why they think, let's just focus on these, you know what I mean? It's just, it's really sad. And they, you know, they tried, you know, but it's just like, you can't have 15 light shades and then like 3 dark ones. That doesn't make any sense. So I definitely understand why everybody was upset with that. But I had already purchased this before, purchased like this first one. So the first one that I have, let me explain that really quickly. So the first Tarte concealer, or like pretty much skin product I've ever bought, was this one, the Shape Tape. And that's because I heard so many people raving about it, and when I found out it was vegan, I was like, I have to try this. Like, everyone uses it and I love it. And I had the shade Light Neutral. That was too light for my under eye, but I had been using it in other videos. But because I know how to contour and bronze things up, I was able to make it work. But this shade, which was so cute, it came with this little flamingo and this little beauty blender sponge that I used. Oh, I'm knocking things over. That I used in this video that you have just watched. This shade is medium, and this one worked really, really well for me. That's what I have under my eyes right now, and I like how it looks better than the lighter one. And as you can see, you know, there's a fairly huge difference in the shades. This is way paler, but I do like to use this under the brow and as a base for my eyeshadow. So I still have a use for this until it runs out, and then, but I will continue to get the medium. I really like this one. And so the Tarte Shape Tape foundation, because I like the Shape Tape concealer so much, I just thought the foundation would be a really good shade. I swatched it in the store, and not on my face, just on the back of my hand, and from what I could see, I was like, I don't know, this looks kind of yellow, but I feel like my undertones are kind of yellow. So I was like, let me just try it. And if all else fails, I can always return it. But I literally love it. It's just like perfect. I haven't worn it all day, so I want to see like the wear time and all of that, and see if that is good. But then this is also, you see a little raindrop there. It's supposed to be hydrating too, and I can say my face definitely feels hydrated. I don't feel dry at all. So that's really amazing. So I will say the products are amazing. Like, they work really well. They do what they say they're gonna do. And the packaging too is just beautiful. I love it. but the shade range sucks, and that's upsetting. And especially because as a Black woman who has friends and family of darker skin tones, I want to be able to recommend something like this to them. And it's hard to do that when the shade range sucks, you know? But, you know, I just try to find whatever works for me. But I'm going to work on that. That's my goal now, is to do a lot more research on just what brands are cruelty-free and vegan that have the shades for everyone. I just really haven't found a brand that was cruelty-free, vegan, and very inclusive with their shades. So at this point right now, my main focus is vegan, but like if it's vegan and cruelty free, I'll definitely try it at least. And then, you know, hopefully we can reach out to these brands and say, hey, your products are amazing, but we want to be able to use them. Make enough shades for everyone, you know? So if I think enough people are talking about it, then hopefully we can get that expansion to happen. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to talk about as far as the Tarte products, because I just felt like that was just necessary for me to speak on. And also, I really love these products, so I just wanted to give you guys my opinions on them, because I've never used this combination in a video, let alone ever before. This is my first time using the foundation, concealer, and all that together, and I really love how everything turned out. So yeah, but if you guys want to see more videos from me, like, comment, subscribe, and that will let me know that you want to see more and that you like what you see here. I definitely have a lot more in store for you guys, a lot more ideas on other platforms as well, that I will be bringing to you guys. But yeah, I think that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah!